The slide that you're seeing now, the blue diamonds reflect 20 different, this is from Oxfam UK, this was published in a blog post, 20 different Oxfam UK product or offer ideas that are ranked from the most to the least popular based on donor ratings of those ideas. Those are the blue diamonds, right? The red squares are showing the internal staff ratings on those exact same ideas. And so what's the problem? Well, the problem is that there's hardly any similarity. And if you look at the top 3 rated ideas by the donors, they equate to some of the most poorly rated by staff. And Paul at Oxfam UK, who's a friend, I think summed it up best. People who work at Oxfam are a very poor guide to what supporters are going to think. And this has serious implications for innovators in charities. And as a final kind of cautionary note, I expect there's a lot of folks on this call and just in the sector generally who are looking at this and thinking, yeah, well, you know, maybe the staff do know best, and maybe the donors, you know, they don't do what they say, and maybe the ideas they like just aren't going to raise a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. And I'd leave you with, on this little story, one very sobering stat. Oxfam UK had a recent 8-year stint, that's 96 months, where it lost more donors than it gained every single month in all but 8 of the 96 months. And Oxfam UK is one of the best charities out there. Staff are extremely skilled at the mechanics of fundraising. They've got a very innovative culture and mindset, and they're very good at idea generation. But we should never mistake those qualities for expertise in human behavior. So what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is what one of our clients dubbed this outside-in approach thinking that was contrasted with their description of their approach, insular and personal preference-based. And what you're seeing on the screen now, in addition to that quote, is a screenshot of mapping software that was fit for purpose, so it's better than Clothesline or God forbid, Sticky Notes or Excel, showing the supporter journey for this particular charity, and we've labeled that current state. And as you can see, it's a single row. Why? Because everybody gets the same thing. Now, the other thing that you're seeing within this screenshot are a variety of little icons, or what we would refer to as virtual sticky notes, on these various communications. Stop sign on the welcome pack, stop sign on this email, a yield sign that's indicating, as you can see over here, we need to revise the content. This was arrived at not through an insular kind of sitting around a room and making judgments and staring at the welcome pack and deciding whether it was good or bad. It was made based on empirical outside-in donor insights about what works and what doesn't, and whether or not the answers differ by segment. And so what's the outcome from the donor insights that led to this set of discoveries around their current journey? Well, without going into full-blown detail, what you're going to see, this is a test in market right now, and there are 2 rows. What does that mean? Well, it means we have now identified 2 groups that are very different in their preferences and their needs and their motivations for support, and so the journey is different between the 2, but also radically different from the control. And year to date, we're up on retention. This is among current donors, 5%. It's worth noting that Sargent et al. have just discovered or found in their research that a 10% increase can increase the value of the house by about 200%. So that 5% increase is significant, but the point I really want to underscore is that this was insights work that led to in-market supporter journey testing with the only metrics that actually matter, which are financial. We don't have soft, fuzzy metrics around this pilot. And if you're doing journey mapping that's not going in market for testing, or if you're doing it with pseudo testing that has a bunch of soft metrics, then it's a waste of money. It's a waste of the donor's money.